The crowd is amped up, ready to get this season underway, as are we. Back with more in a minute. Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Opening day baseball on the show. It's the Minnesota Twins going up against the Kansas City Royals. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. So the Minnesota Twins, with major expectations, they're among the favorites this season. Chris, they'd love to build on that postseason appearance from last year. Do you think it can be a springboard for them?
I do, Boog, because this team has already got the building blocks in place. And you make the postseason, you know you've got a shot at the title. So the experience will definitely help them this time around. But it's a long season, and they're going to have to do the little things right and stay consistently on top of their game. And that's the best way to take home the Commissioner's Trophy, in my opinion.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Almost ready to get underway, and pitching in this game, Nolan Ryan, singing he is one of the best to ever do it.
Over 5,000 strikeouts, and I think it's in the head of his opponents. It's almost like guys expect to strike out. Can't wait to watch his electric stuff in this one.
And here's the first baseman, Frances Dowdy, trying to pick up her first knock in the big leagues. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. And we're off and running in a brand new season.
First pitch, 3-10.
And she's down 0-2 as she swings through it.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Got her swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Came after her with the fastball on 0-2, and that's a pretty good demonstration of what power pitching is all about. He's got the stuff, obviously, and right there he used it to put his opponent away without needing to waste any pitches.
And now for the Twins, Suzanne Vega. And a foul ball. Ryan, multi-time All-Star. He features a four-seam fastball, a curve, a changeup, and he works in a sinker. One down, base is empty. That one ripped. That's back there. And that gets down in the corner. Around second now, going for three. She's got herself a triple. Suzanne Vega with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Runner at third with one gone. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Kai Zimmerman, looking for her first big league hit right here. And she swings and misses at the initial offering.
Boog, we're watching a pitcher on the mound who can do it all. Ryan has one of the best fastballs we've ever seen, and he's as durable as they come. Nobody strikes out batters like the Ryan Express.
And he deals. Wouldn't chase that time. Ryan, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
The pitch comes up empty as she chases that one in the dirt. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
That might prove to be a big play in this game. Not only the strikeout, but the effort behind the plate to complete the out and make sure the game stays tied. That's great work behind the dish, and I'm sure he'll get a lot of love from his teammates if they're able to strand that runner now.
Haley Wimberly digs in now. This hitter is one of the best athletes in the sport. Fouled off down the right side. Two outs and a runner at third here on opening day. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. And that is that. Twins wind up stranding one, and now the Royals will get their first shot in a scoreless ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the hill today, Liz Cheney. And Singy, a special day for her. She's making her Major League debut here.
I'm sure she's got some nerves. She'll be excited for that first pitch to be in and over with so that she can settle in to pitching just like she did in the minor leagues. Exciting moment. She's got her family in town. I think this moment's going to be a huge tone setter for her career.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Stepping in the long ball threat, Paige Watley. The wind of the pitch. That one misses, and that's ball one.
1-0.
And here it comes. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Some high cheese for strike three. And that's the first strikeout of her major league career.
Yeah, and it could be the first of many if she meets the goals she set for herself and the expectation others have for her. She doesn't want to just win games. She wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a pitcher, even if she doesn't have power stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes her stand up a little bit taller.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that's off the inside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
I think she was sitting off speed there.
That to right. Bean has this one sized up. And there's 2 away. And here now, the lineup for the Royals. And the key to victory for them here, get their starter some run support early.
Boog, if they can get him that run support early, it's likely the other team folds because they know how dominant he can be once he gets settled in. So put pressure on that other team right away, jump out to a lead early, and a few runs is going to feel like 30.
Next to hit, Rebecca Holiday. Vega throws to first. That's out number 3. KC down in order. We played an inning, no score. All set for the start of the inning. And here is Devin Burrows.
Devin Burrows.
Ryan back to work. And that one fouled off. Ryan, a former All-Star. More than 300 wins in his career. He joined the team as a free agent. That one fouled off. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. In time to get her one away on the strikeout.
Well, take a look at the three-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting her away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly she was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
And now Nellie Bean swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do?
Boom. That's cheddar, baby.
Not even close there. And it's 1-2. Pop up here, third base side in position. Makes the grab for the second out.
Batting seventh, the catcher, Nicole Hunt.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the power hitting catcher, Nicole Hunt. She has, as they like to say,
let me guess, Boog, light tower power?
That's right. Out towards left center. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. And to the plate for Kansas City, Yordan Alvarez. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
The wind of the pitch. Now a screamer into the outfield. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down.
Clearly ready to hit right there. First pitch of the inning hits a bullet. It just is one of those bad luck ABs.
So up now for Kansas City, Goldie Banks. That one ripped, but foul. On the ground to first, and it stays fair. Goldie Banks with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Eddie Matthews, the next to hit. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones when you got to make her pay. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
First and second, one out. Here's the catcher. Right through there for a strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
One out. Runners at first and second. On the ground to third. There's one. And that's 2.
Well, we can never overstate it.
pitcher's best friend right there. Double play, gets out of the jam, saves some pitches.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the third inning. Now it's the power speed combo. Robbie Leal. Ryan back to work. Left field. Puts it away for the out.
Batting ninth, the pitcher.
So up next for Minnesota, Liz Cheney. Not close with that one, but he gets her to go after it.
Wow. That's not even close to the zone.
One out, base is empty. And strike two.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. And she beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. So that's hit number 1 of her major league career. Not sure how many more of those she'll get, but it's still cool for her for sure.
Yeah, pitcher or not, that first career hit is one of the most special you'll ever get. Every person that's played this game at one point swung the bat. I think you'll have the ball front and center on her trophy case for a long time.
So digging in, Frances Doughty.
And there's one thing on her mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. The 0-1. Trying to bunt her way on. And that's a bunt single that was placed perfectly. Frances Doughty with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
So first and second with one man gone. And next for Minnesota, Suzanne Vega. 1-for-1 she tripled in her first trip. That one in triple digits. She bunts, but that's a foul ball. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Struck him out. And she's tied the record for most strikeouts in Major League history.
He was able to execute the perfect pitch for that situation. Had been pounding her with fastballs, and then all of a sudden pulls out the changeup and has good enough command to make it competitive. Tell you what, varying speeds like that to a hitter can be really, really effective. And right there, you could tell that hitter was just overmatched.
Now at the plate, Kai Zimmerman. Fought off foul. Wouldn't chase that time. First and second, 2 down. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. And another ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Got her! And we've got a brand new strikeout king.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at Kauffman Stadium, here's the veteran second baseman, Brian Dozier.
Ryan Dozier.
The pitch. Fastball for a strike. She deals. Hard hit, right side. Throws to first in time. One up, one down.
Batting ninth, the pitcher,
Nolan Ryan steps in for the Royals. Inside, just missed. Still tied at 0, last of the third. And a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swing, and he breaks his back. Snags it for the second out.
the first baseman, number 12, Paige Watley.
Back to the top of the lineup, Paige Watley will hit next. Struck out swinging her first time. She is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like she could thrive in one of those sports too. Swung on, belted. Out of here, a home run off the foul pole. You want to talk about kicking off your major league career with a bang. Her first big league hit leaves the yard. She'll remember this trip around the bases for the rest of her life. Wow.
She ought to. Usually players are squeezing the bat so tight, trying to get that first hit out of the way. They can't get the ball out of the infield, Boog, but maybe a glimpse of what's to come from her in the next few years. Good job.
Off the bat, it looked like it had plenty of distance, but there was just no telling if it was going to stay fair. I mean, she really hooked that thing down the right field line, but good thing that big pole was there to let us know. Could have very easily just been a long strike if she hit it out front any more than she did.
Now, Riley Ventura.
No balls, one strike.
And a pitch. Down the line. On the move. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now a 1-0 ball game. Start of the fourth. Here's a big power threat. Haley Wimberly.
Baseman,
When she steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. She is so settled in there. She owns the home plate area.
The wind and the pitch. That one at triple digits.
They'll try to bunt for a hit right there, and you can tell she's trying to get something, anything going offensively.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Kicks and fires. That one is absolutely belted. Back there. And it's gone. Home run. Her first homer of the year. It's 1-1.
How in the world did she do that? That pitch was outside the zone, and she still got it out of here. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what she did.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Devin Burrows, the next Twin up to hit. And there's a foul ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Fouled off. She was late. The pitch. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. And the right-hander deals. Battling here as she fouls it away. Foul ball, still 0-2. Righty to the plate. Swing and a miss, and he got her. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Bean now at the plate as she swings through strike 1. There's a swing and a drive. That one on its way. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. She sends it out of here. It's their second home run of the inning, and the Twins have the lead now. It's 2-1. 2 pitches, 2 swings, that one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for her in a big way. Well, she really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
And now for the Twins, Nicole Hunt. And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. 0-2 as she swings through it.
0-2.
One down, base is empty. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first.
That's
out.
out.
2 away now after the drop third strike.
Well, I don't think there's a hitter alive that hasn't at some point succumbed to that pitch right there. It just looks like it's in the zone the entire way, and then the top spin and gravity take over in the blink of an eye, and it's just such a tough pitch to lay off of.
Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And the inning's still alive with the pitcher's spot next. Robbie Liao with her first major league hit. And this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen. And when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
And now the Twins pitcher, Liz Cheney. Reached on an infield single her first time. That clips the corner. Ryan with a move to first. And she's back in on a dive. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. And a curve misses outside. Swing and a miss, struck her out. Gassed it right by her. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Kansas City, bottom of the 4th. Here's some real power at the plate. Rebecca Holiday.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Late on that fastball.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
And a pitch. That misses the zone, and the count is 1-1. And a pitch. On a bounce right side, Liao gathers and throws to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
The left fielder, number 44, Yordan.
Here's Yordan Alvarez. He's 0 for 1. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And a foul ball.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Next offering is in for a strike. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
Here comes a pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Left-hand batter waits. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, they get the strikeout there, and what kind of stood out to me was that they weren't shying away from contact. Every single pitch was in the strike zone, and that tells me they wanted to attack him, and it paid off.
And next up for the Royals, Goldie Banks. Hard hit left side. Save. Fantastic effort, but that extends the inning.
Boom, that's staying within her game right there. I mean, this speedster gets the infield single, and now she's on base to possibly do some damage. I love seeing what players like this can do to disrupt the game once they get in a position to do so.
Runner at first with 2 away. And to the plate for Kansas City, Eddie Matthews. Runner takes off. Pitch inside. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning.
Well, trying to get into scoring position, but a great catch and throw to end the inning. That's the way to pick up the pitcher.
And we're back. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Francis Dowdy. The pitch. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. Dowdy, 23 years old, and she was the second-round pick in 2024. Pitch misses, and the count even 1-1. Late on that fastball.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and she'll see another. Next offering way off the plate.
Well, this is a hitter that can be frustrating for pitchers because she fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
And Chris, that's a way to neutralize her speed by keeping her off base.
Indeed, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief because she puts pressure on everyone if she can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep her off balance, get her out of there, and on to the next.
And now, Suzanne Vega. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. Ripped towards third. And the first 2 set down at the top of the 5th.
The center fielder, number 11, Kai.
2 outs,
Zimmerman.
base is empty. So up next for Minnesota, Kai Zimmerman. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And that keeps the inning going. Kai Zimmerman with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
2 outs, runner at first. Now the Minnesota cleanup hitter, Haley Wimberly. She's already homered here in this one. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. Zimmerman off of first with 2 away.
One.
In the dirt, blocked. Nice job behind the plate there. Throw over to first. Zimmerman gets back easily.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All she's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
2 outs. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. At the belt and fires. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. One left for Minnesota, but they still lead it 2-1. Bottom of the inning. Now here is Eddie Matthews.
The third baseman, Eddie Matthews.
And the right-hander back to work. And that drops in for a strike.
Now, there's a pitch we haven't seen in a while. It's going to be tough on the hitters if she can mix that in whenever she wants.
Right-hander kick steals. That one down the line. Sneaks through. Base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one. Ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Next is the Royals catcher. He hit into a double play his first time up. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Next offering is in for a strike. Kicks and deals. And fouled off.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
On the ground, 2 ball. Quickly to second for 1. And they get him easily at first. It's a double play.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Digging in, Ryan Dozier grounded out his first time. And takes low for ball 1. Inside corner at the knees for a strike. Two down, nobody on. In the air, left side. Burrows on her way over, brings it in, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Top 6. And now for the Twins, Devin Burrows.
Devin Burrows.
Ryan back to work. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, what a stop. From her knees, the throw. And they get the out.
Great reaction there to get to the baseball, secure it, and then no time to get up and throw. Throws from one knee. That's a player that's got a lot of confidence in her arm strength and accuracy.
Nellie Bean, the next Twin up to hit. Check swing. Did she go? Yes, she did.
0-1.
Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top half of the sixth. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-2.
I'll tell you what, she's embarrassed right now. Never swings at that kind of pitch, especially that early in the count.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Out on the drop, third strike, 2 gone.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
Hunt now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
0-1.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Check swing, but she went too far. And the count is 0-2. And the righty deals. Fights it off. She'll see another. The wind to kick the pitch. And they'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. You're in game 1 of this 3-game set. Swing and a miss. Struck her out. Twins are set down 1-2-3 as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Welcome back as we have a pinch hitter to lead it off. Matt Olson.
Pretty surprised they're going with the pitcher off the bench here, Boog. I mean, they must be trying to save what they have left in terms of position players for later or something.
The wind of the pitch. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Makes the grab, 1 away.
No, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
So the lineup flips over. Paige Watley steps in for the Royals. She's already homered in this game. Right through there for a strike.
Not sure if she was expecting for the pitcher to come right at her, but she got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Yo, 1. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Goes down looking.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. She got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
Ventura.
Riley Ventura steps in for the Royals. Ripped on a line to center. Zimmerman right there to make the grab. And that is that. Nothing doing for the Royals. And they trail it here 2-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Sam Moll.
Now pitching.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Well, 1-run game. And now for the Twins, Robbie Leal. 1 for 2.
Leal.
As the lefty gets to work. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Meanwhile,
No ball.
activity in the bullpen. Audrey Lux preparing to come on if needed. Goose, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Hammered, base hit. So a runner on base to start the inning.
Just so sound in her mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So up next, Liz Cheney. She lays down a bunt, and he grabs it foul. Liao on at first, nobody out. And strike two. Got her. And one out now. Back to the leadoff spot in the Twins lineup. Francis Dowdy, the next Twin up to hit. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because she can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye.
She must have been looking for something else because she gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
And he deals. That's outside. And it's 1-1. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Throw to second. Great jump. And that is a stolen base. It wasn't even close.
Well, it seems like 90 feet is such a big deal in a tight one-run game like this one. Maybe it's a little bit risky, but they felt good about it, and it paid off. Let's see if they can turn this into a big run.
And here it comes. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Runner at second here, one gone. The 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this hitter, her bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives her the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And there's the ball. Got her looking, and she did not like the call.
She's going to have some thinking to do when she leaves the ballpark after this one. That was her third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so she's been a little overmatched. She's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Into center. Holiday settles underneath it, and that is that. Twins wind up stranding one. They lead it 2-1. Set for the last half of the seventh. So up now for Kansas City, Rebecca Holiday. The right-hander back to work. And that one fouled off.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Here's the 0-2. Got her looking, and she didn't like the call. A big first out here in the seventh via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
Now it's Yordan Alvarez. This guy with light tower power. In the air, right field. She's under it. Pulls it down, and she makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Yeah, the batter now, Goldie Banks. I think when you consider her as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If she can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Foul ball there. Trying to hold a 1-run lead here at the bottom of the 7th. And that's off the inside edge. Ball 1. Two outs. There's a swing and a miss.
Not sure if she could be in more of a groove. Looks really relaxed. She's retired 7 straight. She's feeling it right now.
One, 2 now. Swings and misses. Struck her out. Royals go down 1, 2, 3. They're down 2-1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Goose Gossage.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Well, 1-run game, and now Kai Zimmerman. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 99. How do you do? Gossage, a 6'3" righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slurve, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. The wind of the pitch. Got her swinging.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
Wimberly.
Haley Wimberly now at the plate. One of the best contact hitters in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. This one lifted in the air, left field. Ventura makes the play. 2 up, 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Left fielder, Devin Burrows.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Devin Burrows. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. That one drilled left field. Fair ball. Now she'll turn for second, and that rolls into the corner. And her first big league hit is a double. Devin Burrows with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you can take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Runner at second here with 2 away. Nellie Bean, the next twin up to hit. 1 for 3. Check swing. She went too far, and it's a strike.
0-1.
Runner at second, 2 down. Gossage. He's kind of a prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big time benefit. Runner on second, 2 down. This one in the air, center field. Holiday settles under it. She's got it, and that'll do it. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, here's the third baseman, Eddie Matthews.
A lot of times you're looking for a guy to get that tying run on base, but because of the power, you want him to tie up the game with one swing here.
And a pitch. And that one fouled off.
When a pitcher's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into her pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what she's offering that day.
And a base hit. And that puts the tying run on base.
Well, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Next to hit, number 9. And a strike.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
That one missed with a single base runner because of all the power. They are dangerous to tie this thing up or take the lead. With the tying run on at first, here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pitch misses inside. 2-1. This one pulled down the line. It's hammered. This one hooking. It's got a chance. Foul.
Oh, good solid contact right there. Just a bit out in front of that fastball. Got to try to stay on that backside just a little bit longer and see if you can do some damage.
Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3. And they turn the double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
Now here is Brian Dozier. That one finds the zone. 0-1.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, she has filled up the strike zone and she's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what she's done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
Kicks and fires. And now it's even up. There's a strike. One, two now. Got him. And a nice inning of work there as she sets him down. 1, 2, 3. And possibly a double switch coming now as a meeting taking place near the home plate area. Gregory Soto on the pitch now, and he'll slide into the 7th spot in the lineup on the double switch.
Number 30.
Bo Naylor. He'll move into the 9th spot in the lineup.
Now catching and batting 9. Number 23.
Well, one-run game. Nicole Hunt getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. This is a player who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch her control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
Yeah, and because she's got the big arm, she pays attention to the running game and is sure to manage it.
Line to left, base hit. Nicole Hunt with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
Runner at first. Now it's the second baseman, Robbie Liao. And that's outside. 1-0. Crowd locked in right now. One-run game here in the ninth. Next offering is in for a strike.
Right through there for a strike.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
Swing and a miss. Struck her out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
She came out of her mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter. Trinity Fisher. Runner on first with one down for her.
Fisher.
Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. And the lefty with the 0-1. That's a hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Trinity Fisher with her first major league hit, and this is a moment I'm sure she'll never forget. Congrats.
Yeah, great moment for her and her family. A player works so hard and has to wait so long for this to happen, and when it does, it can kind of be overwhelming, Boog. You still have to stay locked in on the game, but it's great when you could take a minute to just appreciate what you've done and how hard you've worked to get here.
So the batting order turns over, and now the first baseman, Francis Dowdy. Bunt attempt, popped up, reaching for it, and brings it in. Well, she gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think she rushed it a little bit, and when players rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
So first and second with two outs. And the batter will be the shortstop, Suzanne Vega. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Check swing. She went. No balls, two strikes.
No balls, two strikes.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That ends the inning as they squander a chance to pick up some insurance. So they strand a pair. And 9-1-2 scheduled to lead off the bottom of the ninth. It's the Twins 2 and the Royals 1. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Michaela Holloway. on for her major league debut, so we'll see if she's ready for the big stage.
She just has to remember this is the same game that she's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers she puts down, that's what you throw, and just let her lead you in this one.
The pitch. Bo Naylor up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. In there at the knees. That's strike one. The other way. And that'll get down for a base hit. And the tying run is on base here in the bottom of the ninth.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So the Royals batting order turns over. Paige Watley steps in for the Royals. That's out to center field. She's under it. Squeezes it. And there's one down.
Now batting, the shortstop, Riley Ventura.
She's 2 outs away. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Riley Ventura.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against her.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
First pitch changeup, she gets a called strike. You got to really know who that hitter is at the plate in order to throw that pitch again and again.
The shortstop takes the ball. Right-handed reliever. Little chopper rolls foul.
She's mixing her pitches really well. Late on that fastball after seeing the changeup. See if she can elevate one. I think if she does, she'll get the swing and miss.
Now fly ball to right center. She's under it. Drops into the glove.
The center fielder, number 6, Rebecca Holiday.
So they're down to their final out. And next up for the Royals, Rebecca Holiday.
Right now, they're looking for something hit hard into the gaps. Give them an opportunity with 2 outs to score that run from first.
Fought off foul. Holloway is just 1 strike away. Got her, and that's the ball game. Cheney with her first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done. I'm sure she'll feel very good about that and get the ball for her trophy case as she should. A start she won't ever forget.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.
The final line score for this afternoon.